Awesome. So excited to have so many people join us today. And we are on a really tight time crunch, and we have fantastic speakers that we want to make sure that you all have an opportunity to hear from everyone. So I am going to go ahead and get started and share my screen with our presentation. Does everyone have a big blue screen that says Sustain SC?
Nope.
Oh, no.
No. Okay. Good to know. Do you all have one that has the PowerPoint on it?
Nope.
Nope.
There's no content being shared right now.
Okay, let's try again. Share.
There you go.
Ah, yay. Feeling it. Feeling the love. Awesome. So welcome to the Integrating Sustainability Skills Through University Partnerships Technical Assistance webinar. I'm Cynthia Davis, the Senior VP for Sustain SC, and it is my pleasure to help everyone with their sustainability goals, and that includes technical assistance with subject matter experts that are members of Sustain SC and leaders in the sustainability community. Today, you'll be hearing from members of our Workforce Development Accelerator. Now, the roadmap to Sustain SC is our strategic plan of action to make a difference in South Carolina through the intersection of commerce and conservation. And we are able to do this strategic plan, called a roadmap, through 7 accelerators that drive that strategic plan. Today, we're focusing on the Sustainability Workforce Accelerator. There are 5 target audiences that we have identified, that we have objectives up underneath each one of those, and that is the youth, educators, underemployed, industry HR managers, and company decision makers, and higher education, university, and technical college partners. We have objectives to identify opportunities for collaboration with business, which brings us to the purpose of today's webinar. We are wanting to make sure that the business community in South Carolina at large knows about integrating sustainability skills through university partnerships. And so we are going to be featuring these folks: Keely Carter from Darla Moore School of Business. Michael Morris is going to provide our business perspective from ZF. Jennifer Gorey from Clemson University. Dr. Andrew Predmore from Furman. Dr. Pam Martin from Coastal Carolina, and Larry Cook, also from University of South Carolina. Notice how I bookend the Gamecocks at the beginning and the end, and that was just by accident, I promise. So, Keely, we are going to turn it over to you.
Hey guys, thanks for joining today. I am chair of the marketing department, and I've been leading the sustainability initiative for the Moore School. And we have really focused on trying to build out our curricular offerings to support the workforce needs in the state and elsewhere. And a recent economic impact study that was conducted by Joey Van Nessen here at the Moore School identified that somewhere around 2/3 of companies in the state are going to have needs to hire or train existing employees to meet their needs related to sustainability and specific skill sets there. So kind of in response to that, we're coming into our 3rd year for a 12 credit hour sustainability and business undergraduate concentration. And we're really excited this fall to also be launching a 12 credit hour graduate certificate. The undergraduate concentration can be added on to any business majors, regular functional area like marketing, management, finance, accounting. And the graduate certificate is open to any graduate student at the University of South Carolina now. I included a little video here just so that you can hear a bit about the concentration from some of the faculty. And one of the reasons I wanted to kind of provide this is so you guys have these students in mind as you're looking for new hires that have identified interest and skill sets related to sustainability.
Here we go.
Undergraduate business majors will now have the option to add on the sustainability and business concentration as part of their degree. The sustainability and business concentration gives students a really solid understanding of some of the key environmental, social, and economic problems facing society today, as well as an understanding of the challenges and opportunities that face businesses as they're developing sustainability strategies. Students learn the scientific background and global context of major global issues like climate change. Students will also learn how businesses are affected by as well as how businesses can affect. I'm teaching and scholarly social responsibility and stakeholder management, and it's really about the broad case of sexy topics. Cynthia, I might have you stop it. The sound seems to be breaking up a little bit for some reason, but I can kind of paraphrase here. And one of the things that we're proud of about both the concentration and the development of the certificate is that, as you'll see, it has courses that span a number of the different departments. And we're continuing to add new courses that address the various aspects of sustainability, accounting, finance, marketing, innovation, international development related issues. And we even added a climate finance course that's coming online this semester for our undergraduate students. So there's a lot of opportunity from a recruiting standpoint and for our students here to get exposure to that. We're also working on, we're in the soft launch period for an outreach and research center called the Center for Sustainable Growth. And you can, if you want to take a look at that, it's at sc.edu/more/sustainability. Has a little bit more on there, but we'll be working with corporate partners to really try to identify their needs and how we can deliver on that in curriculum and research. I had one more slide that I wanted to kind of highlight that's more geared towards any sort of training of existing staff that you have. We have a pretty robust executive education offering within the Moore School. And as part of that, we offer customized solutions to businesses. So if you say, hey, we've got this group of employees, we want to design something around them, understanding the business case for sustainability or something like that, we can develop those types of programs. And also we're working on some open enrollment programs related to topics of sustainability. So I really would like to hear from those of you on the call today. And if you can take down my contact information, I'd love to have a conversation around what types of topics that you have a need to have training for your employees, what level of the organization, whether that's individual contributor up to board of directors, and then sort of how long you're looking for those courses to be. You know, you're looking for them to fit into a couple of hours or a couple of days or more. So I appreciate y'all's time and look forward to connecting more in the future. It's the first day of class here at USC, and I'm going to be jumping off to run to class. So thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Keely. And just so everybody knows, I do have a slide of all the contact information at the end, and all the registrants will receive the full slide deck and also the recording, which will include those contacts so you can circle back up with these folks. Fantastic. Thank you, Keely. I know you got to sign off. We are now going to move on to our next presenter, who is Michael Morris, and he is going to present the business case. And hopefully, Michael, are you seeing your slide?
I am. So, I mean, we can try
Yeah.
to play video. I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to try to go on camera
Yeah,
to see
you're
if the
kind of
audio
in.
works well. What just
Yeah, you're a little in and out.
do I need to go off?
Yes, you were better
Okay.
off camera. Yeah.
I'm gonna go off camera. You said I look better. You said I looked better off camera, Cynthia.
Hey, so
Thank
you
you.
look, you sound better. There's a difference.
I know. Yeah, just like everybody else, I'd like to welcome everybody being here today. Cynthia's got me on a tight time schedule because she knows I like to talk. So noted, it's 2:11. I've got to 2:16,
Or
right, Cynthia?
17.
So I won't take up, or 17, give me an extra minute. Sustainable workforce, whenever you talk to business and industry anywhere, we always talk about workforce. So it doesn't matter what meeting I'm in, if it's a business side, do we have enough workforce? Is it the right workforce? Are they here? Are they on time? So the things that we particularly at ZF, of course, going through a major transformation from internal combustion engines to e-mobility, right? I know that everybody thinks, that's slowing down. Guys, it may slow down from what we've projected, but it will not stop. So whether if it ends up as a battery, ends up as hydrogen, or ends up with some new technology, we will be moving away from that at some point in time. So of course, it's going to take different skills and qualifications that's needed, right? The things that we're particularly concerned about. But I want to go back to just a minute, the availability of the personnel, right? That is another, so there's two portions of what we look at when we look at people. We look at people's skills and qualifications, and we look at availability. But when we're talking about sustainability and the things that we work around that within Sustain SC are the things that are a little bit more dynamic than we're just talking about somebody that's physically available here. So we look at, of course, the physical. Do I have people? Are they available? How do I contact the people? How do I attract them to the workforce with ZF? But then another things that we started seeing probably 4 to 5 years ago, more and more, was more of what we looked at is the emotional, right? Is do I want to work here, right? We all hear about work-life balance, but more within the cultural, which I talk about next, is something that's more aligned of life-work balance now. Life comes first, right? And then what we're seeing is culture today with the next generation of workforce that's coming in is, am I impacting things in my life that are important to me, right? The environment, right? The betterment of all mankind, the things that we see when we look into the SDGs that are very important parts of that. How is that impacting? So how does that impact business? I can tell you from an automotive business, is it the SDGs? I've received 4 customer audits this year, and every one of them have been highly structured on people, right? So how do people like working there? How are you working toward these things that are addressed in the SDGs, right? How many working hours do you work on average? Things like that we're starting to see out of our OEMs that we've never seen before, right? Particularly not the questions. The question's been in the past is, how are you delivering your product on time? Maybe we don't care as much about the topics that we're talking about today, but how are you getting it to me at the lowest cost possible? Now the questions are coming from the OEMs and our customers saying, how is it going to be climate neutral? How is it going to be when you're talking about the day-to-day lives of the workers, worker satisfaction, and things like that we see more. Our last customer audit, I will not mention the name, but a very large OEM, automotive. We had a 2-day audit. 1.5 of those days was all within HR related topics. So a little bit on the process, more about the things that we're working with in Sustain SC. So just like Keely, I would like to hear from you guys also to learn personally and as a business, how is your business addressing or being impacted by the issues of sustainability? Is there a yes or a no? I really don't see that as much anymore. How do I see it in the future? But also on the business requirement side, do we see more that is that we can use through our initiatives and what we're working in the workforce development function, that we can better prepare ourselves as businesses, and also help prepare the state and the schools that deliver those services to us. How about that, Cynthia? Right on time.
That was awesome. And I wanted to give since we got Keely to class, we're not in such a crunch now. So if you have a question for any of our presenters, please put it in the chat. We'll also have time at the end for people to, come off mic and ask some questions as well. But we really, Michael has been leading this Workforce Development Accelerator group for 3 years now. He's very passionate about workforce and sustainability hand in hand, and has just been such a model for other businesses and how you engage all of those different target audiences that we began the webinar talking about. So a wealth of experience and knowledge here, and that's something that we want to share and we want to spread out to our other businesses. So if you guys have any questions, yeah, just put it in the chat, let me know. Otherwise, thank you, Michael. I know you have another meeting to go to, so we'll let you get back to the work at ZF, doing exciting things.
Thank you guys very much. Looking forward to seeing y'all in more of our meetings. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next presenter, and this is Jennifer Gorey. She is from Clemson University.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to speak with you all today. I just want to talk a little bit about sort of our approach with sustainability here at Clemson. We're a little unique in that we function as a commission. So we don't have an office of sustainability. We have a commission for sustainability, and I'm the chair of that commission. And the goal with that commission is to really address the challenges that you can sometimes face when different tentacles of sustainability, if you will, get siloed into different groups. So the goal is that we really work together, and we're doing that really well. We've been a commission since 2009. Our goal is to be net zero by 2030, which is a very aggressive goal for a university of our type and size. We've just completed the STARS report, the Sustainability Tracking and Rating System that is supported through the ASHI organization. And we're really excited about using that data for this year and then every 3 years from now on to chart our path to carbon neutrality. I see the STARS report as being a very great tool to work on the shifting culture that we need to do. It's looking at research and engagement, education. So our curriculum, how are we, what kind of research are we doing around sustainability? How are we educating our students? How are we advocating in the state of South Carolina? What sort of, as we just heard about, what sort of HR and policies related to health and human well-being? How are we supporting our employees? So the culture of sustainability is really, I think the STARS report captures that very well. They also look at the operation side, but we also do a full carbon footprint initiative at Clemson and have for a long time. So we have a STARS BI platform and a carbon BI platform where we can look at all of the data. The end result is that ultimate 2030 goal of being carbon neutral. But in order to get there, we have to have the people buy into it, and basically push forward some of those more complex and expensive operations changes that take place. So that's why we're working on it collectively, and it's suiting us pretty well. The other thing, if I could go to the next slide, that I was going to share with y'all, there we go, is another sort of interdisciplinary effort that we have, which is our sustainability minor. So this is open to any student of any major. It is designed to be interdisciplinary, and the courses should attract students from a variety of different majors. We have had over 700, probably as of now, with this fall about to start, we're definitely closer to 800 students will have taken the course. They don't necessarily have to take, they don't declare the minor necessarily if they go through the course that I teach, but we've had over 300 by now have graduated with this sustainability minor. As I said, they come from diverse majors, but they all have an interest in incorporating sustainability into their careers. So you could have a marketing major, you could have an environmental engineering major, you could have an architecture major, whatever field they're going into, finance, they're all interested in how is this going to sort of shape the trajectory of my career. It does focus on the climate crisis specifically, and it talks about environmental and social justice, and works to help students develop leadership and advocacy skills. So a lot of this is around communication. So again, if you take your environmental engineering student and your architecture student, they have a lot of technical skills they're learning in their major, but they're then going to have to communicate that to their clients, and communicate out what it is that they're doing, communicate the science behind what they're doing, and make it meaningful to people that are not within their field. So a lot of it comes down to, how do we talk about this? How do we make it relevant? And how do we acknowledge the fact that we cannot do this in isolation? We cannot fix and address climate change from one area. It's going to take a complex network of people and disciplines working together to approach the problem. So we do have over 280 undergraduate courses related to sustainability. As we've discovered through our STARS report, the research that's happening at Clemson that is tied to sustainability is so impressive. Many of the most significant research grants that have come in the past year are either directly or indirectly tied to sustainability. So we use our university as a living laboratory. We engage our students in things like creative inquiry teams, which is an engaged research project. And a lot of that has to do with, how do we make our campus as sustainable as possible? So we definitely have lots of room to grow. I'm excited about where we're going. And we do take a slightly unique approach, in that it is truly a team effort. So I think that's it for me. Thanks, Cynthia.
Thank you, Jennifer. And I just love this so much, the interdisciplinary, sustainability across the sectors, because that is the drum we've been beating, is that sustainability is for everyone, that it's not just siloed with the engineers or the environmental science folks, that it is across all disciplines. So so excited that we were able to share with everyone that Clemson is offering that. So hats off to you guys for the work that you're doing. Next, we are going to move just a little bit down the road to Furman University. And we have Dr. Andrew Predmore is going to be talking about what they're doing at Furman. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Cynthia, and hello, everybody. And that was a nice transition, a nice segue, because as it turns out, it can be hard to answer the question, how does any university prepare students for sustainability? Because it is so interdisciplinary, and that work is happening all across all of these universities represented today. But what I'm going to do quickly is give you an overview of how we train students from an undergraduate perspective, and then talk a little bit about some of the work that we have going on with graduate and professional degrees. So as I mentioned, it is kind of hard, right? Because there's so much going on any one of these college campuses. But To start, I'll just say, what distinguishes Furman University is that we lean into our core as a liberal arts university. So that means small classes, interactive classes. We focus on soft skill development, which are really needed in the workplace, but also critical thinking and problem solving skills. So all of our classes do that. The other distinguishing feature is that you really can't graduate from Furman University now without doing a lot of work outside of the classroom. So internships, fellowships, summer research, these things are required at Furman, and they're a part of educating folks for the sustainability workforce. Before I get to this slide, which is about our Bachelor of Science in Sustainability Science, I want to mention a couple other degree programs in our undergraduate curriculum. One is chemistry, which I was looking this up. Chemistry, their department says preparing and characterizing novel nanomaterials, understanding the chemistry of living systems, developing new energy technologies. So that's not at all on this slide. That's our chemistry program, and that's very much sustainability work. There's also our biology program. We have a Bachelor of Science in Biology with a concentration in conservation biology. So you can imagine folks in the business world, as we grapple with the biodiversity challenge, a major in biology and a concentration in conservation biology could be very valuable. So those are just a couple of the other degree programs, but I want to say something or a few things about sustainability science at Furman. Sustainability science, our professors really wanted me to emphasize science. This is not an environmental studies degree. It's not, it is housed in one department, and it was one of the first of its kind in the nation. So the science part is real. As you can see under the requirements for students, they have to take calculus and statistics. They have to get used to using modeling systems and different programs to do that. They take geographic information systems, GIS. They have to take either senior thesis or practicum. And when they do practicum, that has to be paired with an internship. Other things that they get introduced to throughout these programs are things like cost-benefit analysis, introduction to life cycle assessment, and ESG reporting. So this Bachelor of Science in Science really is a good preparation for entering the workforce. The other thing our faculty wanted me to emphasize is that they also, in addition to these quantitative skills, they have a broader understanding of sustainability challenges, sort of the way Jennifer was characterizing them, which is, this is about wicked problems, meaning sustainability problems are both scientifically complex, but they involve human values and the negotiation of those values. So that's emphasized. Students have to walk away understanding that there are ecological limits, and they have to be able to envision change and know how to enact change in their communities. So that's our undergrad education in sustainability. As quickly as I could do that, Cynthia. So I'm the director of the Shi Institute. You can click on this QR code if you want to follow us or find out more about us. What we really do is everything outside of that classroom experience. And I say that as it relates to the undergraduate education. So like some of these other universities, we're STARS Gold University. That's basically the ESG for higher ed. We had one of the first LEED buildings, or the first LEED building in higher education in the state of South Carolina. And we continue to do these sorts of things. But our role really is to engage students in all the work on campus, whether that's climate action or waste and recycling, what have you, and then also get them engaged in work going on off campus. So Cynthia, you can go to the next one. Well, go back one. Yep, so in our work with applied experiences for undergrads, we do this in a variety of ways, but one of the main things we do is place students in fellowships, and these are both on campus and off campus. And these are critical to students learning to apply what they've learned in the classroom to a real work situation. So the pictures that you see here are from a couple of summers ago where we had 2 students working on greenhouse gas inventory for 2 businesses in the upstate. And they had to learn the corporate greenhouse gas accounting protocol. and deliver a greenhouse gas inventory for 2 businesses within an 11-week span. And you'd be shocked what students can do when they're given a charge like that and a clear goal. So these are pictures from that experience, and that's just emblematic of the types of things that we have our students out in the community doing. We hope to create win-wins, right, where these businesses benefited from the work of these students, but also the students get to present in a boardroom and show what they can do. So really good stuff. The other thing I'd point out here is that the young lady on your left actually is not a sustainability science major at all. She's a business and accounting major. So we have students from all different majors participate in our fellowship program. You can go to the next one, Cynthia. Okay, and last but not least, graduate and professional programs. We're very proud to partner with Sustain SC for the Sustainability Leadership Initiative. This is a graduate certificate program. We are entering our 4th year, so you can see on the screen pictures of, not complete pictures, but most of the previous 3 cohorts. There's over 70 graduates at this point. This has lots of wonderful outcomes for the state, but probably most importantly, it's creating a cross-sector network of leaders that are going to serve our state and already are. The key outcomes of the program beyond creating that network are understanding complex systems and levers for change, and then building the types of leadership skills and giving folks a chance to practice those so that they can enact positive change wherever they are, regardless of their organization. And the last thing I'll point out here is that we also have a Master's of Science in Innovation and Leadership. It's entering its 1st year, but I think this is this is just one of our graduate programs, but I wanted to highlight it because it's all about systems change and changing organizations. And so this is something you may want to check out if you're interested in other types of credentials to advance careers related to sustainability. And I think that's it, Cynthia.
That's it.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. And I'm so thrilled that the SLI program that we're doing with Furman, it is so very successful. And we just closed out our applications for class 4 and had 35 applicants for 25 spots. So it is becoming very competitive because it is such a high quality curriculum that Furman delivers. So just thrilled to continue to partner with them. We are now going to go from the mountains to the sea, and we have Dr. Pam Martin, who has been a Sustain SC Fellow, has done a lot of research and work to make Sustain SC the vibrant organization that it is. So excited to welcome you to the webinar today, Pam. It's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cynthia. And I just want to say that it's really a pleasure always working with my colleagues from other universities and from the Sustain SC organization and other members. It's a lot of fun for us at Coastal Carolina University to be able to collaborate. And I think that you'll see from this presentation, I would say that collaboration is our strongest suit with regard to sustainability skills that we have at Coastal Carolina University. And with that, I kept everything on one slide, so no switching slides. So I'll start on the side that has our academic portion. Sustainable development, which is the term that is now internationally recognized through the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable development is thread through everything we do at Coastal Carolina University. Sustainability is part of our strategic plan, and it is one of the 2 main goals for our strategic plan moving forward for the university. So we're proud to note that, and we appreciate that support from the very top of the university. Much like my colleagues, we have a lot of sustainability training for our students, but what is, I think, unique to our program is that we are the only one of its type. We are focused on sustainability and coastal resilience, given our location. And as I am speaking, we are experiencing flooding and working with our government entities to help our vulnerable communities that are along the riverine systems experiencing flooding. And so to us, it's extremely important because we have pride of place. And so our majors are very applied. And you will see, much like one of our Sustain SC members, Caroline Deloche, wrote a fantastic blog article on skill sets in sustainability. And I think all of my colleagues have talked about specific skill sets. Our major is divided into concentration. So you get a general skill set of required courses that include GIS skills, that include energy and G emission skills, that include resilience training skills, but then have a focus on either business and economics, policy and culture, science and ecosystems. And we have some really prolific work being done by faculty members. I will point out a very interesting study that was funded generously by a grant that we have from Aramark that runs through our President's Council on Sustainability and Coastal Resilience. Colleagues in the business school looked at electric vehicle batteries, and I posted that on LinkedIn last year. It was a really interesting study about the marketability of those and the feasibility of those. We also have a member of the business school that is looking at sustainable textiles and working at that approach from a business optic. In the policy and culture, that's the area that I teach in and research in. We have a lot of work being done right now on resilience and vulnerable communities in the state, and working in developing strong policy for strong environmental and sustainable policies and planning. And also integrating, importantly, the Gullah culture and Indigenous communities into our work, as we know that culture is a strong part of sustainability. Lastly, science and ecosystems. We are very lucky to have Wades Island as a research center at Coastal Carolina University. Some of you have been to Wades. Certainly it's been emphasized generously by many who have donated to that, including Sustain SC's Land and Water Action Fund, and Governor McMaster has highlighted that as one of our foremost places to conserve. At Coastal, we have researchers such as Dr. Paul Gaze working on really important climate change issues for the coast out at Wades Island. Forthcoming, we have a certificate in sustainability reporting and policy. Again, we have a course this semester that I'm excited to have Cynthia in the class, and some Jarrett Branham has someone in there, Jackie Baxley is. I'm really excited to be able to have some professionals in our sustainability community and leaders with our students learning together the global reporting initiative skills. That course will be followed up in the spring. Maybe Cynthia, you'll join us for a second round, but for our students, we will be hosting.
I have to pass first. I'm a little concerned about the passing.
We will be hosting a B Lab. So we will be working with businesses in the state of South Carolina and locally here along the Grand Strand to get B Corp certification. If anyone knows anything about that, that's Lululemon or Patagonia. And so our students will be helping corporations work through that and our local communities. We also have Sustain Coastal. Former SLI member Steve Harrison is the vice president and CSO for Coastal Carolina University. He was a real forerunner in helping form the President's Council. We are gold rated for the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Ed, just as Furman is, and we are going for platinum. We did a GHG greenhouse gas inventory, and we regularly have zero waste events. We partner a lot with our athletics, which I'm very proud of. And we have farmers markets on campus where we focus on our locally sourced products, including agricultural products. You can see a picture of our eco reps on the bottom there. They work in the community as well. We have an arboretum. And as I mentioned, we do a lot of grant funding of faculty to do specific research. So if you have ideas, please communicate with me. Because the university actually funds research for faculty to work on specific sustainability ideas. And lastly, the RISE Center that I direct, which stands for Resilience, Innovation, and Sustainability Through Education, is a United Nations Center for Education for Sustainable Development. We are the community-based arm of the university with regard to sustainable development. For example, community engaged research would include a recent report that we just finished for the Office of Insurance and the Office of Resilience with regard to healthy and resilient communities. We also have a outstanding flagship program through the United Nations of a paid Youth Corps internship program. You can see our beautiful students picture there. We have a 60 to 70% higher rate in that program. You can work for anyone. A hotel, an accounting firm, a law firm, a water and sewer utility. Every single job, as we know here at Sustain SC, will require an understanding of sustainability. Those students take a course with me and they learn how to measure the Sustainable Development Goals with scientific metrics. And so that's that. We also have the sustainability and reporting training, as I mentioned, and I see Josh Burrell is on the call. I want to thank Josh and Jeep Ford as well. We have a solar ambassador program. Thanks to Sustain SC, we partnered with Sunoco last semester, and we did 19 solar feasibility reports for their campuses around the United States with our students and in conjunction with professionals from Santee Cooper and communities in South Carolina. So with that, I would say if you are an organization on this program and you're interested in any of these initiatives, we would welcome the opportunity to work with you, and our students would certainly appreciate opportunities for employment. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Pam. Now that we visited the coast, we're going to circle back up and land in famously hot, especially right now, Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm going to hand it off to Larry Cook.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to be here to tell you a little bit about our Sustainable Carolina Leadership Program at the University of South Carolina. So we can go to the next slide. As Jennifer was saying, sustainability can be organized. There's no standard for the organization of sustainability on any college campus. And so our office is a little bit different from other places. We are headquartered in the Division of Student Affairs and Academic Support, because student engagement is one of the primary things we do. We also are tasked with introducing, promoting, and supporting a university-wide commitment to sustainability through creating and advancing a sustainability plan, enhancing our capacity to explore and implement innovative solutions for positive change, assessing our progress toward institutional sustainability, then of course, engaging with students. So we can go to the next slide. As really Jennifer was already saying, communication is so key to this generation of college students understanding how to use their technical skills and their hard skills that they learn in their coursework, but translating that into being a desirable candidate for a job once they leave the university. And so our leadership program provides a structured beyond the classroom experience for the students who participate to really provide career readiness skills, leadership skills, opportunities for integrative learning and goal setting, and learning how to translate that into being a really desirable employee once they leave us. We like to give them experience and exposure to professional experiences through internships with local and regional partners. But the way that we kind of do it is we have around 100 undergraduates every semester who are divided into 6 different project teams. We've got a team focused on general campus outreach, environmental justice. We run a garden on campus. We have a green certification team that works really as a consulting group to offices, organizations, event planners to make their offerings more sustainable. A K through 12 outreach team that works with local elementary schools, developing sustainability themed approved science lesson plans, and a zero waste team focused on obviously reducing the waste that we're producing on campus. So my role in the Office of Sustainability is very similar to what others have described. We also initiate and complete the STARS report for our campus. We are currently silver rated, always looking to improve. The best thing about the STARS report is that the color does not matter that much. It's the path that you got to get there. So we've got a great path in front of us to potentially achieve gold or higher in the future. And really setting our students up for success to explore the intersection of their interest or passion for sustainability and whatever it is that they want to pursue in the future. Again, making them good potential employees once they leave us on campus. And then my next slide is just how do you get in touch with me? I'd be happy to engage. We're always looking for professional speakers to come and speak to our students. So if that's something that you feel like you have an interest in it in, we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Larry. And I'm going to circle back to our mission, because we are striving every day to fulfill this mission for helping businesses to achieve their sustainability goals and keeping in mind our economy, our environment, and our people. We have a lot of exciting upcoming events that we want to make sure that people are checking out. A lot of this is for our SustainSC members. If you are not currently a SustainSC member, but you would like to become one, let's have a conversation about that. And let's talk about how your business or your organization could benefit from a membership with SustainSC. So exciting things we have going on. The Energy Roundtable, you know, it's a terrible pun, but true, energy is hot. It is. And so we're going to talk together, and we have the Rocky Mountain Institute coming and talking to us about developing a state plan. Our big symposium is coming up. So October 23rd, we're going to kick that off with a B2B matchmaking event. So if you are an OEM and you have not signed up and you are interested in how you can find those suppliers that have a sustainability plan, please reach out to me. We want to make sure you're signed up. If you're a supplier and you have not received an email about signing up, also let me know. I want to make sure you get that information. For those folks that are symposium sponsors, we do have sponsorships available starting at $1,000 on up. If you're a symposium sponsor, presenter, or panelist, part of our board of directors, premium and corporate members, we have a VIP happy hour for you on the 23rd. And then our big annual symposium. This is our third one. It gets bigger and better every year. We do have a very exciting keynote speaker that I can't say yet, but she is nationally recognized for what she has done in South Carolina. And that is for anyone interested in sustainability, anyone interested in networking and dipping their toe in the water. Tickets are available, and all of this is on our website. So circling back up to our presenters today, I wanted to make sure that everyone had the information. I wanted to read real quickly in the chat from Christine. Congratulations, everyone. I'm so glad to hear about everything you're doing. This provides hope for the future in South Carolina. And I couldn't agree more, Christine. That's one of the things we wanted to address, is that people don't know what is going on, the great things that are going on at our universities. And there may be additional universities that are doing sustainability efforts with their students, and we want to know about those. So if you have a contact at another college, you know, please let me know. I would love to reach out to them and spread the word. And that's one of the reasons we do these technical assistance webinars, is to make sure people are excited, they're engaged, they have the opportunities out there at whatever level they want to engage in sustainability. And we do have a lot going on. So we want to continue to spread the word, be evangelists for sustainability, because truly, you know, it does take everyone, all of us working together to make this an important part of the future. So with that, does anyone want to come off the mic? Oh, we have a question. Awesome. Diane, a question for Larry Cook. How long do the 6 student project teams convene, and what type of outcomes have you experienced? Great question, Diane. Thank you.
Thanks for the question. So we operate on the semester schedule. So we are a membership organization that students apply the semester before to be part of Sustainable Carolina. So like our members this fall applied last spring. We've got different levels of commitment, but our highest level are our project coordinators. Those are student staff that are the leaders of each of the project teams. They are required to participate in at least 70 hours during the semester of work for the organization. Peer leader is our next level, and they do 50 hours. And then we have team members that have a minimum of 20 hours of commitment. So it kind of varies a little bit. Generally, we encourage them to tackle projects that can be achieved on that 1 semester time period. So that is somewhat limiting, but it allows things to actually get completed. So it's such a variety of things. It would be really hard to list the different outcomes. But one example from last semester, our zero waste team engaged in a national competition by a startup that's trying to improve or eliminate contamination from recycling. And so they were able to organize a campaign that won the university that competition. Sometimes it's just awareness campaigns. So like our environmental justice team is really working on increasing awareness of the issue, both on our campus and in the rest of the world. So I'd be happy to talk to you in more detail if you'd like it, but it's really a variety of things. But they're with us for a whole semester, and we have a lot of continuation. Usually about 60% of our participants are continuing from the previous semester.
Thank you, Larry. And folks asked about your contact information because I didn't have it on the other slide. The reason, you guys, is not sliding Larry a bit, but he actually made a slide with his contact information on here. So you will find that in the slide deck. Okay, any other questions? Okay, how about our panelists? Do you all have any questions of each other? Well, I've learned something today. I talk to you all the time, and I'm always blown away with all the work that's going on out there, and just so appreciative to be part of this sustainability community. It's awesome, and it's very uplifting and hopeful, and just thrilled to be here, be a part. All of us are available for questions and to dig in further. Anybody have any parting words before we sign off?
Cynthia, I'd just like to say thank you to you. You really have been a great convener to all of us, and I do appreciate all the hard work that you do getting, different factions and everybody in different geographic locations in the state. So thank you.
Absolutely. I love it. It's awesome to love what you do. Okay. Well, thank you for your participation today. And again, you'll be sent the slide deck and a recording. Hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday. Bye.